my friends, this is Daniel Alley, and today I want to talk with you about 7 secrets of extremely productive people. Now, we don't have that much time, so let me get moving and I'll give you these 7 points, so listen very carefully. The first tip is to decide what's important. Because there's so many different things competing for our attention, we have to be able to let go of the urgent and deal with the important. For instance, there's so many times where people might send us an email or a text message or even a personal visit, and we take so much time because it seems urgent, right? We feel we're demanded by certain people at certain times, and so we respond. But the fact is that it breaks our attention, it breaks our momentum, and it ultimately slows us down. Instead of focusing on the demands of other people, try to focus on the important. Try to focus on the thing that must be done and try to prioritize those important tasks. A lot of times people think that they're offending others because they're not paying attention to them. They're not giving them their full attention. But the fact is that if you have something that's highly important to do and other people are keeping you from doing it, then that's a problem. Or even other things, because you see, distraction is a choice, and sometimes we have our own notifications that keep buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. Or we have certain things that are going on outside of our homes or inside of our homes that are taking us away from those important tasks. Don't let that happen to you. Focus on the important and not the urgent. The second tip is to find out how long a project actually takes. A lot of people think that something might take 1 hour, but it actually takes 2 hours. For instance, they might take an hour at the gym, but it might take 2 hours to set up, to take a shower, to get all those things done within that time slot. So make sure you give yourself enough time to get it done. There's so many projects that we can undertake, but we have to make sure that we understand how long they would actually take. It's easy to imagine that we can get a book done in a month, but the fact is that it's probably going to take 3 months because we have to produce it, we have to proofread it, we have to edit it, and writing a book is not that easy of a project. So make sure you give yourself that time so you can understand that this book will be done, but you need the time in order to do it. The third tip is to budget the hours. So if you have a project that really needs to get done, make sure you give yourself a certain weekend to do it if it takes 3 days. If you have a project that takes 2 hours, make sure you give yourself the whole night. Now, it's easy to think, well, I can get this done in 2 hours and I'll just jump to this or that. But the fact is that you've got to give yourself time to relax, you've got to give yourself time to think, and you've got to realize that you're human, right? You can't just do this thing at machine speed. You have to give yourself a chance and budget the hours. A lot of times we get hard on ourselves because we're trying to do so much so fast. A lot of people are trying to do 8 to 10 things in a given day, and they only end up getting 4 things done. The fact is that you have the time, but you have to budget your hours correctly and be realistic for how long a certain project will take. Sometimes certain projects don't take as long as we think it will take. For instance, if our light bulb is out, we might think it will take an hour when it actually takes 3 minutes. So make sure you're able to look at some small assignments that you have to do and try to group them together, which we'll talk about in a moment. But if you do this, you'll be able to get it done in a faster period of time. Another idea is to make sure that you don't underestimate yourself. Give yourself some time to do certain projects. So for instance, if you're giving yourself 10 minutes to clean your dirty house, or to wash and vacuum your car, or to clear off your desk and make sure every file is organized, that's just not enough time. Give yourself more time by budgeting the hours. Sometimes we don't know exactly how long a task will take. So a good tip is to use a timer whenever you're undertaking a task so you can understand how long it actually takes. So for instance, when you start cooking to the time you finish eating might actually take 3 hours, but you won't actually know unless you use a timer that gives you specific results. The fourth secret of extremely productive people is to group your activities together. It means to do it all in one shot. So for instance, when I go outside into my town, I'm going to make sure that I do all the activities that I can so I can build momentum and so I can get it all done within a shorter amount of time. Or for instance, if I have 10 things to do on the computer, I'm going to make sure that I do it all in one shot. So not only do I keep away from distractions, but I keep building momentum and get it all done within a certain time period. This means I'm going to do everything in one shot. I'm going to post an article, or check my emails, or post a video, or do anything that is compatible with my computer goals. Because if I do it all in one shot, I will get it done within a certain period of time. When you go about achieving your goals, think about which ones can be compressed, which ones can be organized, and which ones can be done all together. If you do this, this might be one of the things that help you to get more things done within your day. The fifth secret of extremely productive people is saying no. You see, distraction is a choice. And a lot of times we have so many things competing for our attention. And one of them are usually family members and friends. We have so many people inviting us to this gathering, or this party, or this holiday. And there's so many different things. So we have to be willing to say no to those things that might steal away our attention. Or for instance, there are many different distractions that we just have to shut down. For instance, you might have some extra tabs right now opened up on your computer. Click out. You might have some extra apps that you don't need. Cancel them. You might have some extra things going on that you might just want to get rid of that might be distracting you from your higher purpose. Always be able to focus on the important. Don't let the little things get in your way. Be able to clear off your desk so you can focus on what really matters the most. Because prioritization is doing first what matters most. And you must get your priorities in order if you want to be productive. The sixth tip is to delegate small chores. Now, I personally have a lot of different people that help me to do the smallest things. Now, these things are very important, but it's not worth my attention because they can be delegated to other people who can probably do it better than myself. Now, if you're someone that has a lot of big goals and you have the means to hire someone, make sure you do it. Try to have a housekeeper or a personal assistant or someone that can help you to achieve those goals, because you see, you have big things to focus on, and if your mind is scattered and you're trying to take care of everything, then you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. So delegate those small and trivial goals so that you can get more done. And the seventh and final tip is to just do it. There's a lot of times where we feel stuck because our emotions get the best of us, or we might have some kind of eternal conflict. Whatever it is, try to figure out what it is and be able to just get it done so that you can build momentum and get your goals accomplished. Someone once said that the best preparation for tomorrow is good work today. So if you want to have a better tomorrow, a better week, a better month, a better year, try to do the best you can for today. A good way to think about this is that emotions equals time. So when you're trying to do something, the reason why you might procrastinate is because you're emotional. You might be thinking about someone else, or you might feel like things are not in order, or maybe you need to do something first before you get to the project that you want to work on. So try to figure out your emotions, and once you get it configured, that will allow you to get more done. In summary, these are the 7 secrets of extremely productive people. Go over this video again and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. My friends, if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll be able to answer it if I can. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.